folks, this is Big Teddy in Oz, 18th of June on a glorious Friday afternoon. River is almost like a mill pond. It's only about 18 degrees, quite cool. It is winter, but an absolute glorious day. As you can see, I'm sitting on a 2021 BMW R1250RT. About 3 years ago I test rode the new Goldwing when it came out, the dual clutch model. Loved it, very expensive. I also rode the BMW K1600 soon after, and the R1250RT that was out there at the time. A little bit different to this one, a bit more of an update on this one. Really like the RT, so I've been following that ever since. When this new model came out, and the major difference over that is that obviously the display, the elephant in the room there, and active cruise control. So I had to ride it, so here we go. Busy. Anyway, I've not actually ridden many bikes in my lifetime. I've done about 350,000 kilometres of riding, but only on 4 bikes that I've owned. So not really a lot of experience on other bikes. However, so all I can do when I look at this bike and give it a bit of a review is to compare it with the old ST 1300. Similar but very different at the same time, I reckon. Engine displacement's about the same, 1250-ish, 1254, 1251. Although Honda ST's a V4, this is a flat twin boxer. People in reviews were sort of, oh, it's a big bike, blah blah blah, but in actual fact it's 50 kilos lighter than my ST 1300, but has an extra 35 horsepower as well. And given that it's actually got the boxer, it's an extremely low center of gravity, it feels 100 kilos lighter. It is a very different bike. And I think with the steering mechanism, it's obviously unique to BMW, but I think it's a slightly steeper rake on the forks as well. So I have a feeling that increases the manoeuvrability, and it's a slightly smaller wheel on the front, 1 inch I think. Like I said, same different width. It's about 1 inch wider on the mirrors compared to the ST 1300, but a lot fatter at the back end. The panniers are a lot wider on the BM than the ST. So negotiating heavy traffic like this, I need to be careful. I'm not sure I'll be doing too much lane filtering. Let's talk about comfort. Compared to the ST 1300 Russell Daylong seat, it doesn't compare. It's not as good as that. It's a shite load better than the original stock standard seat that came with the ST 1300, that's for sure. Originally I could only sit on that for about maybe 45 minutes, and I'd almost have to get off, it was that bad. Whereas the Daylong, literally you could ride it all day long. This one, probably not quite so all day long, 2/3. Like I said, a lot better. If I was to do another lap around Australia, I'd probably change the seat if I had this. But yeah, for what I'm doing at the moment, general commuting, short trips, perfect. Leg room, this is actually on the lowest setting. It's only got 2, high and low, and it's a standard seat. It's in this position, it's a little bit lower or less leg room. Knees are a bit more bent than compared to the ST. On the upper seat, upper level, it's another inch, I think, roughly speaking. It's about a little bit taller. So obviously the display is a big change. So the GPS, the mapping that you can see, there's actually coming from the phone, running the BMW connected app. Turn-by-turn instructions, although there are problems. I'll get to those in a little while. By and large, it's pretty good. It gives live traffic updates as well, so it shows heavy. You may have seen it earlier at the early part of my ride on the freeway. Shows, you know, dense traffic, turn by turn, voice, as well as icons and things. Quite good. Nice big display, really clear. This is actually set at 60% brightness. Easily readable in direct sunlight. Quite nice, actually, must say. Cruise control, adaptive cruise control. So there's a, I think it's Bosch component. It's a radar on the front of the bike. 3 settings: close, middle and far, as most do these days that do have this feature. There's also setting inside the vehicle settings under assistance modes and things that say it's either comfortable or dynamic. It's currently set on comfortable. I think dynamic really makes it quite aggressive when it needs to adjust the speed and close the gap in the to the car in front. I played with it a little while ago and it was caught me by surprise once or twice. I think it needs a bit, you'd probably just want more experience with it than anything, but that said, adaptive cruise control is perfect. And you can change gears with it engaged. Even with the clutch, while this has got a quick shift assist pro, clutchless upshift and downshift through all of the gears. A little bit jerky down low, but you can still do it. Still works while the cruise control still works while you're shifting, and even using your clutch. There's a limit to it, I think, but you can change gears up and down, pulling the clutch in. It just re-engages the cruise control as soon as you let the clutch back out. So I'm quite impressed with that. I had a feeling it would just disengage. It's Friday. There is a lot of traffic around Perth for some reason. It's no long weekend, but fine weather. I think people might be heading out of town. Okay, so in Australia they have released the RT as 4 different models. I'm sitting on the white one, Alpine White, which is the base model. All 4 are identical in terms of the electronics and the sort of main accessories packages. The major difference comes with where you start stepping up through you know, the sport model, different color, that's blue, different rims, slightly different wheels, I should say. Then the elegance, again, different again, and I think the top model is a pearl white, and it's got 719 option seat and billeted pack and all this sort of stuff. So functionally they're identical. It might have the aftermarket exhaust on it, I'm not sure, but there's about a 7,000 Australian dollar difference, I think, from bottom to top, and it is all cosmetic in my opinion. I'd love the colours and the seats and rims and things, but I would find it's hard to justify. But you know, everything else is exactly the same. So while I'm not going to review everything on this, the spec list is pretty significant. Again, comparing it to the ST, it's got the telelever suspension, link brakes as normal, adjustable windshield, cruise control, adaptive cruise control, hill start assist. It's got the quick shifter pro. What else? Heated seats, heated grips, floodlights, driving lights, and it's got a kick-ass friggin' horn, I have to say. That's what every motorcycle horn should sound like, not like the Roadrunner. So it is almost a car. If I was to compare that with the Goldwing, what's missing is the dual clutch, but they've thrown in a quick shifter, which with a bit of practice I reckon it would be probably close. I don't think it is the same and never will be, but certainly don't expect you'll see a dual clutch on a BMW anytime soon. By the time that comes along, it'll probably be electric, which is makes all of that null and void. But it's kitted out, that's for sure, at least here. I don't know why they've done it that way. In the US and Europe, at least, I gather there's a lot more variations in terms of how you can order it, but not so here. Alright, so what's wrong with it? Not a lot really, I have to say. My limited riding on this has exposed a few issues. One, top box that's on this is meant to be able to take two helmets. I have a Shoei XL GT Air. I struggled to get it in, but I do have, whoops, signal. I do have GoPro on the front and a Sena headset 20S Evo on the side. It'll go in if I take the headset off, the unit off the side, and lay it on its side. It will go in, tight fit. They reckon you can get two in there. I don't know how you'd do that. Same for the panniers. I could get my helmet in the ST top box, but I couldn't get it at all into the pannier on the ST, but I can definitely get it in here, again if I take the unit off the side. The glove box here, it's actually got, surprisingly, a wireless phone charger in it and a USB port. Put your phone in it. It communicates with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth to the system, so it's good to have it close by. It does affect it seems to affect the frequency of the update, so it's a bandwidth thing, I think. But bugger me, I think the person who designed that for BMW must have had an old Nokia flip phone or something. It is the smallest pocket ever. If you've got a big phone, no chance. It is not going in there. I've got a Google Pixel 4a in its cover, and I wouldn't want it to be any bigger. So yeah, good luck. I don't know, surely they would have tested other phones. Someone would have had an iPhone Max or something, surely, but it's beyond me. That's just a stupid design mistake. Other problems I've experienced, mostly around the electronics. There are known connectivity issues. You can't get voice instructions from the navigation off the phone if you're playing the radio, but if you're streaming music you can. Did I mention it's got digital radio and speakers, which I still don't understand why you'd find on a bike, but they're there. What else? Back end, nothing wrong with that. Front end, nothing wrong with that. I guess, yeah, I mean, there are known firmware patches coming out. Obviously that will come out every few months. I'm a software engineer, I understand that process. So it doesn't really bother me. That said, if you're going to lay down the cash that you would lay down on this bike, you'd expect that, in particular from BMW, to be honest, to have a few more of those early version 1 bugs fixed and ironed out, I reckon. That's a bit disappointing, but they will get fixed. I think most people would have confidence in BMW for doing that. So with a lot of pluses and quite a few negatives, nothing drastic I don't think. I guess the question is, would I buy this bike? Well, as a bit of a different review, I have to say the answer is probably yes, because I did. This is actually my bike. I don't have the ST anymore. As much as I loved the bike, it's so reliable, I couldn't resist once I rode this. Call it a midlife crisis, I don't care. This will be the last bike I ever buy, I know that. You know, I hope I can put the same, if not more miles or kilometres on this one as I did the ST. But no, this thing is a lovely piece of machinery, and I am looking forward to putting many more kilometres on it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I shall see you around. Thanks for watching.